Hi everyone, so in this video I would like to talk a little bit about the strat that our guild uses to um, queue for Horseman in Nax. So this strat is not really like hidden strat or something, it's quite known, but I haven't found any like a good video explanation what exactly how exactly it looks. So I would like to make one and show you the actual strat. So first I will go through the planner, show the composition that our guild uses, and then I'll show a video of mine, a VOD, where I actually tank for Horseman. Yeah, so the benefits of this strat is that you have one less tank than usual. So usually guilds go with 8 tanks, 2 per boss, and then they rotate each 3 marks. In this strat, what happens is that one tank tanks Thane at the start. So Thane being this guy. The positioning for Horseman is a bit different. I think Thane stands somewhere else, but that doesn't really matter. They all on this platform facing that direction. This is the entrance for corners. Yeah. So yeah, the difference, as I said, we have one tank on Thane, and then 2 tanks per for Horseman at the start. Regarding healers, usually guilds run 12 healers, meaning that healers rotate each mark. That means that, for example, you have three per tank, so 3 per horseman. So that means that, for example, you have like here 3, and like each mark, one healer will go here, and the next one will go here. So you have 3 again, and then that's the rotation. Healers really have to be on point in this strat. They have to know when to rotate. I mean the strat with 12 healers. In the strat that we use, healers don't really have to be that active. I will explain why, and also the strategy allows you to reduce the number of healers. So usually you need 12, but we run something like 11 max usually. We're trying to reduce it to like 10, 9. You can do it with 9, but that's really like really have to be on point, and your heals really have to be like almost full bis, I would say. So yeah, so 11 is like a sweet spot. If you're feeling confident, you can do less. I would say 8 is like the minimum that you should run, because, well, you have 7 tanks, but the person who's tanking Mograine will get a lot of damage, so usually it's like, usually Paladin or Warrior will go there, shield wall, but they will still get a lot of damage, so like 2 healers should be on Mograine tanks at all costs, uh, every time. That means you need like 9 because you need 2 per tank and then 1 per each. But we usually have 11 healers, and some healers always stay in this spot. This is the safe spot, as you may know, and they heal the DPS that come, so that they don't die from like a mark when they rotate. Usually that's druids doing that. Also easier, actually, for druids is like really good healer like for the entire raid in this fight, because they can also like battle res and get to the dead person as soon as possible, not getting any marks. So like we usually put like druids. Priests are really good with the lightwell thing. So yeah, if you're watching this and you're not playing on Turtle WoW, some terms and like spells might be different. So I don't know, but I think in Classic, priests don't have this Soulwell, Sunwell. That's basically a thing that you click and you get like healed. Yeah, but you can use this tactic in Classic. Like Classic WoW should work fine. Yeah, so I will go through the comp just a bit more. I will not explain what each boss does, so this is not like a boss guide. There's plenty of them on YouTube. This is more like the tanking guide, so what the tanks have to do. DPS should watch like DPS rotation is the same. With the healers is different, but the main thing what the healers do is they just follow their tank. So each tank has like 1 or 2 healers assigned, and Healers just rotate with their tanks. So on 3 marks, the rotation is the same as always. 3 marks, you go back, another tank goes in. I mean, second tanks goes in, taunts it off. Tanks waits till the 4th mark, drops threat, moves out so that they don't pull the boss. And yeah, that's it. So let's go through the rotation real quick. So how it looks like. So the start, I mean the start, some guilds start here, so they all go to the entrance, stay there, then we'll wait the pull timer, everyone goes into the room, yeah, and then they start pulling the bosses away, the 4 horsemen away. What we do basically is that we all hug this wall. So when you enter, this will be the left wall, you hug it in, you hug it, go like around it, and then position yourself in like one line. So that means Thane tank, as I mentioned, that's the only one tank that he goes in first because he will do the pull and he has to do a lot of initial threat on Thane, because we want to nuke Thane as soon as possible, so like as quickly as possible. So yeah, but basically all the other tanks are following him as well because they have to pick up. I marked, so in this rotation that we do, we have Mograine tank, Zeliak tank, Lady tank 1, and then we have the replacements already pre-assigned, so another 3 tanks. So basically those other 4 horseman tanks also follow the main tank, the Thane tank. Healers have to be also here. You can stack basically in this line. It's just that important that you don't pull the bosses or aggro the bosses, because actually you can't jump when you're standing in this line. You shouldn't be jumping because you can pull the boss. And DPS should be like melee DPS should be in front, of course. Range DPS can spread a little bit, so like here. There's quite a lot of like distance here between this corner where Thane will be tanked and the starting point, so yeah, just move a bit. Usually DPS can stay like here, healers as well. So it really depends, but you should melees and heal and like tanks should be in like this one line. Usually it's not a problem to position. Second tanks should be ready. Usually what we do to optimize the damage a bit is that they are acting as melee DPS. So warriors can like dual wield or something, like switch to berserker or something else. Yeah, druids can go like can go cat form. Yeah, shaman tanks can do two-handed weapons, so it really depends. Just shaman tanks have to be careful not to pull threat, because of like Wind Fury procs, and they don't have salvation and so on, and they don't have the threat reducing talents in comparison to enhancement shamans. Yeah, so basically then on pull, so you check when everyone's ready, you pull, and what happens is that you go in, Thane tanks goes in, Lady, Mograine, like the first tanks, they have to go in and pull their assignments, so pull their bosses. So Thane tank, and Thane will go to this corner, of course. Lady tank will be tanked here. Zeliak over here, and Mograine tank over here. And also healers. Usually, I mean, these assignments are done pre-raid, so healers should be also pre-assigned to their tanks. Usually, it's best to put one healer that's like really well geared on the Thane tank. Actually, I'll mark it as Thane healer. And yeah, and also on Mograine, it's really good to have like 2 healers as well on each of the Mograine tanks. Zeliak, Lady tanks can be healed with 1, but they really have to be on point. And then like if you have a lot of healers, like we do 11, you can put like 1 healer can already go here into the safe spot and stand there just to heal the DPS when they're coming from Thane. Yeah, and basically what happens now is that all DPS goes on Thane. Let me remove this healer. Thane healer, sorry. So Thane healers here. Tanks, second tank, so mark with 2. Usually, if I'm second tanking, I go on the second mark. That gives me time to get to the safe zone. If I have damage, I'm healed with it, and just be ready to replace on 3 marks. So, yeah, you should have big wigs by this point if you're raiding next. If not, raid leader should call 3 marks, and then the replacement happens. The replacement is, as always, really easy. 3 marks goes like lady tanks. 3 marks hit, and then tanks just split up, taunt off, and then other healers as well. So like, let me just put a bit more healers here. So their healers go with their tanks as well. So healers are just always following their tank. Usually we pre-mark as well the tanks. So like Star can be like the main tank, blah blah blah. You can mark them, and then they just follow them around. Try not to die. So healers have it a bit rough because if the replacement doesn't come early or doesn't come in time, healers will like be the first to die because they have less HP usually than the tank, so they will die from mark damage. So replacements have to be really on point. Yeah. What else? Basically, nuke Thane. Usually he's being like nuked on the 4th mark because there's 2 shield walls that he does. 2 shield walls, so really important to nuke it as soon as possible. Big damage. This strat, I would say, it's for like you should be already farming an axe. I would say you should be like having really good max gear or like really good consumed players. But nuking Thane is not like a problem. You just have to survive. So like DPS can pop the shadow protection potion to survive mark damage. Healers like Thane healer as well. That really helps. And usually pre-potted as well because you need it. Tanks will might need it when they're tanking some other, and like Mograine tanks can pop a fire protection potion because he does fire damage, frozen rune, so all the good stuff. So really should be consumed like really well. Warriors or like you should pop CDs on Thane as well, so you should kill him as soon as possible. That's like because all the other is not a DPS fight on all the others. But Thane is the DPS fight because you really have to kill him before he like pops the fourth mark. Otherwise, you will wipe your DPS, and then the raid will wipe because you won't have enough DPS to kill the other for Horseman. Yeah. So when Thane is dead, goes down. Let me remove this mark. Thane tank, and everyone goes back into the safe spot. Rotation should be already ongoing. So that means, for example, Lady 1 tank is already on the free spot. Safe spot, my bad. Ziliak, Mograine 1 as well. Being tanked. And basically like that. Yeah, so it really depends how usually guilds handle this, because this is basically just the strat. The difference to the regular strat is done. You nuke Thane and that's it. So what we do, like the next rotation is usually that the Thane tank goes on Lady, so we go Thane tanks replaces Lady. Lady 2, Ziliak 2 is replaced by Lady 1, and Mograine is replaced by Ziliak 1, like this. So this is like the next step. So this is after 2, 3, 6 marks, I think. Yeah, this is after 6, 7 mark is coming. That's when the replacement is being done. DPS, you should watch other guides on how to properly rotate on the DPS, but usually it's just you go in on Mograine or Lady, all DPS together. So usually we do Mograine because he hits hard, so we try to nuke him as soon as possible because he does a lot of damage to the tank. Healers are stressed on Mograine, so we nuke Mograine, then we go on Lady Ziliak, Lady Ziliak, Lady Ziliak, until they die. So Lady dies first, and then Ziliak is the next one. Ziliak dies last because you can't really go with all your melee DPS on him, because he will just do this holy wrath thing and nuke the entire melee party and nuke everyone else around. So we try to rotate. You can pre-assign a rotation on the Ziliak, but we usually do that during the fight because we don't know who die from melees on like the other for Horseman. Yeah, so ranged, as you know, you stand 2 of range, 2 healers, and you just rotate out, and then, as I said, Mograine dies first, then you have Lady and Ziliak dies first. So tanks, just try to rotate. Basically, tanks rotate, if you look from the top, tanks rotate clockwise. That means, yeah, as I said, Thane tank, Thane goes back, replaces Lady 2, then he goes back, then he replaces 2 Ziliak, Lady 2. Again, he replaces Lady 2 because Lady 2 will be already here. I mean, you have to figure it out, but it's during the fight, it's way easier to just go for this. Call your. Sometimes this can be a bit chaotic, so like people will just say, okay, I'm going like I'm Lady 1, I'm going Mograine already, but you should be on Ziliak. But it just has to be communicated during the raid. There's nothing really. It's optimizable, but I wouldn't like spend a lot of time. The initial pool should be like the most optimized one. On like who's doing what, who's healing who, like what damage is done, what's being popped. Yeah. So that's the fight in theory. I will just go through the clip that I have of me tanking it. I'll just call out like the main things that are happening. So this is me tanking it. So let's just go through it. So popping consumes. This is not really fun. Yeah. So you see, I'm hugging the wall. All tanks are marked. So we have 7. So me as the main tank here, Thane, and then you have all the other tanks. Some are missing marks, I think. Yeah, some are missing it, but it's fine. Like healers should know because we pre-assign the oh, I have an ad. Oh, because we pre-assign everything before the raid. Everyone knows what to do. Yeah. So ready check. I'm coming in. I'm checking. I have my gear. Really important is that you have. Let me pop it out a bit. Really important is that I use the ZG trinket for 10 hit, additional hit, although I have like in total with 2 tier 3 4 set bonus, I have additional 5 hit. I still pop it because it's taunt resists are a pain in the ass. They can ruin the run, so I try to minimize that. There can still be taunt resists, but yeah. Alright, so you see all tanks, first tanks are stacked up on me here, or stacked up near this like skulls, and we do a pull, quick fairy fire, and then I just start nuking using everything, yeah, clicking on abilities, not really professional. But you can see it's really important in this, so I pull back, you can see that I'm just pulling as much as possible, like jumping. I should be not like going backwards, but should like strafing it to get it a bit faster. But getting it a bit faster to the corner, it's a must. But you should be not worrying about it. The main thing is to generate as much threat as you can. So like use everything you have. I'm wearing thread gear here. Usually if I'm tanking some other horseman, I'm not using it. You see we nuked it quite fast, so 3 marks just popped. We're running, 4th mark will pop. Just to let me get back, I can just show it what happens. So Diamond is the replacement, so you can see Diamond here, and Diamond is Lady 2 replacement, so they're already going out because 3rd mark has popped, and they're going on the 4th mark, so they should be able to get there in time, taunt it off, and then get their threat reduced. So 1 tank is coming out, so I'm checking the marks, so I clicked on my Lady 2 tank, just checking the marks, waiting in the safe spot. 6 marks, So someone called who's doing, so lady will be replaced by a different tank, it's fine. I mean, this just has to be communicated. So fourth mark, so I missed my mark on Zeliak, but it's fine. And I see there's another tank coming. So there's 2 tanks, so again, like we made a mistake. This is just lack of communication sometimes, but it happens. It's normal. Especially when you have like tanks rotating, so it's not like your tank comp is always consistent. You have different tanks coming in. It's completely fine. It's you just have to react on the situation. So you can see I have 2 marks. Someone came to replace me early. I got 3 marks, got my threat reduced by half. That's what the marks do. And I'm just running back to the safe spot, getting some heals. I see lady was loose at some point because previous tank had some too much threat. Yep, so more grain. Let me check. Yeah, more grain. I think the guy I came in too early on this one. Not sure, but I pulled. I'm replacing. Oh yeah, it's because one of our other tanks died. So on more grain. So this was a bit scuffed. Yeah, but as you can see, I'm just getting like destroyed. Popped a frozen rune. Just not to die. Popped my cooldowns as well. So bark skin. I hear my replacement coming, so my replacement came, threat reduced, and I'm just going out. Yeah, and that's basically Mograine should be down already. Don't see, yeah, so Mograine at 0. We have Lady at 15, so I'll be replacing Lady now. I'm going in. Popping no charge, popping charge, then I'm popping the trinket, and yeah, got Lady. Is kill. I think we finish her here. Yeah, I'm 2 marks, but it's fine. There's no shield wall. It just needs some DPS. Yeah. People are coming, killing. I popped a berserker. Just not to like get too much damage because the fight is already at the end. We got 1 for Horseman. Now the tanks just have to code their rotation. At this point, we decide on we got some healers healed, so just to minimize like the stress on the healers, I popped the berserker, but that's fine. So now 1 tank is doing it. We just rotate. So I think yeah, he's at like 4 marks. I call another tank to do it, but the tank is already there. Paladin popped the use taunt. I'm checking if we need to battle rest someone. That's like the best thing to do right now. And should be, yeah, that's basically the fight. As I said, we nuke Thane. Nothing special. I mean, that's the only special part actually. Just you nuke Thane and you run, and then the fight is it is. So yeah, so at the end basically I just didn't want the tank to die, so I turned it off. But yeah, so what's really important, let me just I'll just keep it going. So what's really important here is that you are you have stuff pre-assigned. So that means you have your healers, you have your tanks pre-assigned and ready to go. DPS should know what they do, but it's a really easy fight. It's only a DPS fight on Thane, so that's when you pop your cooldowns and just nuke everything. Nuke Thane, I mean. All the other for Horseman, it's not a DPS fight, it's just mechanics. So you just run in, do some DPS, go out, try not to die. Healers should be watching as well. So it's really important that you bring all your consumes. Don't like don't chip out on consumes, and especially in this fight, because this fight it really cascades. So sometimes we had like good saves when like 2 tanks died, but as I said, because when you 1 for Horseman, it really relieves the stress on the entire fight, because you don't like you have less tanks first of all, yeah, but you also have like 1 variable to control and keep in mind. And then like Mograine dies as fast as well. So like if 2 tanks die, you still have 5, but you need like, you can rotate easily with 5 tanks. You can rotate all the time between Ziliak and Lady, so it's completely fine. Yep. So that was my quite long video on how to do the strat. Please feel free to ask me any questions. You can hit me up on Discord at any time if you have more questions. Yeah, and thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.